الله ونتوب إليه. طريقة الصحبة الحرف الجميع إن شاء الله. We are asking our Sheikh Sahib al-Saif, Sheikh Abdul Karim al-Kibrisi Rabbani, to send us something this night. The 7th night of Ramazan is a holy night. It is a holy night outside of Ramazan. Inside of Ramazan is even more. And whatever blessings that we are getting, the holiness that is descending on this night is not coming ever. What is coming tonight has never come before. So the intelligent man must run to see the new treasures and the new blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving. The believer never looks at anything to be the same. The believer looks at everything as a new chance to understand, a new chance to fall in love again with your Lord, a new chance for forgiveness, a new chance to ask for what is good in this world and in the next. The believer is excited. The believer is the one who is in love with his Lord, and every day he's wishing to see something new. Just as if you love something or if you love someone, you never get bored from looking at that thing. You never get bored. Every time it's giving a new beauty, giving a new love, giving a new energy. Man understands from the lowest level love to the highest level love. These days people are in love with their shoes. They're in love with their car. They're in love with themselves, forget about it. From a long time ago, man has always been in love with himself. Not angels, not animals. They're created to fall in love with themselves. But mankind's ego is such that he falls in love with himself. Everything that is everything that is showing a partner to Allah is in reality man trying to put himself next to his Lord. Because there is no Lord except Allah. Don't say Allah is saying He's not accepting any partner. It doesn't mean that there are so many partners but He's not accepting. That means that there is no such thing as even a partner. There is only Allah. But mankind, from the beginning, whatever that is putting there that is not Allah is just a part of himself. And that one that is trying to be a partner to Allah, that he puts there, it is nothing but his ego. Shaitan will boost it, of course. Shaitan will make it to be something that seems as if it is existing, but it is not. It cannot do itself any good or any harm. So in this month, we must make more zikr of La ilaha illallah. In this month, we must look at the things that is standing in the way of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to step on it. Especially when you are fasting, and especially in the night time. Why am I saying two especially? Because this month, the beauty of the fasting in this Islamic tradition, the tradition of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, is that Allah is not requiring us to fast nighttime. He could. The fast of the earlier nations, there were so many different kinds, so many different ways. But for this Akhir Zaman nation, for the nation of the Prophet ﷺ, it's only during the daytime. But the fasting, it is so important, but it is in the daytime. But it is in the nighttime that it is more valuable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when it comes to worship. But Allah is not putting the heaviness on us. And the daytime you fast, while still being busy with the world you fast, you are winning. If the daytime you are fasting and you're busy with the world and you're busy with akhirat, you win more. But nighttime, you're busy with akhirat. Nighttime, Allah is giving us ease to be busy with Him. And it is not difficult. There's more energy that comes. In the old days too, people adjust their sleeping times according to Ramazan. During daytime, they fast, but it's not so important. Nighttime, they stay awake. They will not only worship, they will pray, they will make zikr, they will make hadra, they will do all sorts of things, but they will also find time to connect to one another, which is a big part of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Silatul Rahim, to build the bonds of compassion, Rahim, mercy with each other. This is the time to build mercy with each other. So this is the time when people are going to come together, they're going to break fast together, they're going to eat together, they're going to worship together, they're going to visit together. And for the Muslims, for the Ummati Muhammad ﷺ, for the Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the month of Ramazan is given the whole month. The whole month Muslims are celebrating the month. Never Muslims for 1400 years see this month of Ramazan as something that is heavy, as something that is they're not looking forward to, as something that is painful for them. They're welcoming it because they understand with the fasting comes a sweetness. And that sweetness we are feeling more in this month, and that sweetness and that power that comes to be able to have more of our ego to be in control. This is the month of Jamaat. This is the month of getting together. This is not the month of seclusion, to be separate from one another. The prayer that we are doing that is special in this month, Taraweeh prayer, it is so beautiful, it is so special that Hazrat Umar decided to take the best out of the practices of the Prophet ﷺ regarding this month, and he made it into law, and this is the month that we're praying Taraweeh prayers. Everyone coming together. What makes Taraweeh prayers to be special? We're doing it every night. There is consistency. You're doing it every night, you feel the power that is coming. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Prophet ﷺ is saying, Allah is saying that He loves more a deed that is small but you do it continuously than something that is big and you do it once in a while. 20 rakats. If you pray it according to the Ahli Sunnah way, not the square head way, the Ahli Sunnah way, it is very light. And it gives you more energy instead of making you to be tired. So that when you finish the Taraweeh, you are more ready to do other things, to be more ready to worship, to make zikr, to make more ibadat. And so, this is the month that we're getting together. And the whole world now is given one big slap and one big test. Although physically we're not together, Allah is testing everyone. Can you be together? Can you be together with your hearts? Can you be together where it really matters, not to be together just by the bodies coming together and not feeling anything, but to understand the taste of it? Because when you are in Jamaat, there is protection. When there is a Jamaat that is doing good, even if your ego is wishing to go here and to go there, you're in Jamaat of even one person, two people, that is enough to stop you. But if you're by yourself, doesn't matter if it's Ramazan or Laylatul Qadr or Holy Night, you by yourself with your ego, with your shaitan attacking you. Yes, this shaitan is locked up in this month. Like I said before, when I said the door of paradise is open, the door of hell is open, meaning that inhabitants from hell, they're not being punished in this month. Meaning that it is closed for any new ones to come in, because it is the month of mercy. And in this month, all the holy ones, they're walking around everywhere. They're with us. They're looking at us. So this is a month that if you want to find, if you are really serious, you should sit and think, what are the things that you need fixing? Don't be alone. If you're alone, you're with your ego, you're with your shaitan. Shaitan is locked up, like I said. But there are other ones that's not shaitan, but they are like shaitan. And Allah describes those ones from humans and from these taifas. And they have been trained by shaitan. When shaitan leaves to say, I'm going to go, but you are going to take over my place. And he's training our ego too. He says, I'm going to go, but when I'm gone, you're going to do this, this, and this, and this. Our hawa and the dunya, everywhere it is attacking us. That's why Allah is saying, be Jamaat. Be in Jamaat. Don't be in Jamaat empty. Be in Jamaat and consult. Be in Jamaat and look to see what you want to gain. Don't just be in Jamaat in Ghaflat. Be in Jamaat, especially when you are murids. Now you have to look. I want to get rid of this characteristic. There are people there with this same characteristic. You are going to see, you are going to be so attracted to them. Of course. People are attracted by like characteristics that are same. Don't do that. If it is a bad thing, don't be attracted to those ones. Find those ones that have the characteristics that you want and be with them. Just being with them, the smell, the perfume, it will come to you. More that you are in sohbat with them, more those characteristics that you're going to take. It's so much easier in this month. Don't be by yourself. Don't be. I'm watching some of you too. So many times you're just being by yourself. What are you doing? Oh, I'm married, I have children. So what? They are not going to help you. In fact, you have to help them. And if you are not being able to help them, you're in big trouble and you're putting them into trouble. Because it has become like that too. It becomes robotic. Ramazan also becomes robotic. Everyone come together, everyone cook, everyone eat, everyone pray, and then finish. When there is no meaning, when you're not putting the meaning in there, even the best actions that you do, it will be empty because there's no meaning. The most silly, stupid, let's say, useless action that you do, when there is a meaning, when you put the meaning to it, it becomes the most valuable thing. So you have to put the meaning. You have to be around with people who have meaning. Not just to say, okay, I'm just going to be here when the Shaykh is here. No. How much more are we going to understand? The Shaykh works in the whole dergah. The Shaykh may move this one or this one and this one. He may put some wisdom in this one. He may put some test in this one. He may put some sohbat in this one. You have to go. You have to be. But don't be, especially in this month, I'm seeing everyone they're coming together. They have to be up, and then they're pulling back like this. You're gaining nothing. All these things that we've been busy with, all these physical things that we've been busy with, these are all just excuses. Do you understand that? For you to come together to do something for the work of Allah. Because everything that we're doing now, we're just waiting. We're not doing anything that is great for the kingdom of Haqq in reality. So we must wake up. And we must connect to each other, not to do things, not to be in sohbat or zikr or eating or doing things around the dergah or anything, and you're doing it and your hearts are not there. That you don't care, that you don't ask, that you're not interested. There is no silatul rahim. There is no bond of compassion. Yeah, I don't like this one. This one is always like this. This one always talks. This one is like this. Yeah, you don't like everyone? How you can find a problem with a believer? How you can find a problem? You may say, this one is like this, but yes, so many other good qualities. You're concentrating on that. The problem is everyone tries to, when you are trying to be authority, when you're trying to be a sheikh, and that is not given to you, then there's going to be some problems there. If it is not given to you, don't run for it. When it was given to some people, they run away from it. They don't want to because they understand Allah is explaining. Shaykh Effendi how many times is saying, the Quran, it is revealed to the mountains, and the mountains they refuse. But mankind, the ignorant and arrogant mankind, they are receiving it. Mountains is not referring to these physical mountains, but it's referring to those ones who love Allah the most, the kutubs. And they understand how heavy the Quran is. So, this month, look at our disobedience to Allah. sit down and understand our disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Individually, as a family, as a group, as a nation. Look at our disobedience and ask for forgiveness. Don't just ask for mercy. Oh, hide my faults, hide my this, give me this more mercy. If you don't understand that you've done something wrong, how can mercy reach to you? How can mercy reach to you? Mercy is understanding whatever I'm doing is not deserving good. Whatever I'm doing is deserving punishment. But instead of Allah giving me punishment, He's forgiving me. How bad I must feel for myself more that time. How much more meaningful my sajda is going to be. That is understanding what mercy is. Mercy is not doing wrong after wrong after wrong after wrong. Say, it's okay, Allah is merciful. That kind of mercy, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying is coming from shaitan. He's going to trick you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Quran al-Kareem, shaitan is going to say to you that, do the wrong thing, it's okay. Your Lord is the most merciful, He's going to forgive you. How are we taking advantage of our Lord this way? Then we don't understand. Whole world is in disobedience, and Allah is showing His power. Allah is showing His power by something so small, that is so invisible, that in reality it is so weak. But Allah is showing His power. How many more invisible armies Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has? The believer must be shaking, the believer must be more in sajda in this month and thanking and asking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and watching themselves. Like I said, they are testing our pulse to see what are we doing, what are we busy with this Ramazan? Are we still being busy with just eating and drinking and meeting each other? Or are we contemplating, thinking, wondering about the wonders of our Lord? His mercies, our disobedience, His beauty, our own ugliness that we're running away from that. Not to contemplate our own beauty, please. The Ummah hasn't done anything great for 1,100 years past. Be with those ones that you're running to have those characteristics. Watch them, learn from them. See why they're doing this, why they're doing that. Don't be stubborn and don't say, I wouldn't do it like that, why is he doing like this? Because so many times it is our stubbornness, the rejection that is there, that is stopping a man from becoming better. But if you're with believers, if you're open, if you're seeing, this is interesting, how he's doing like this instead of like this, or there's something like that, you add and you become better. Slowly you start changing. But be with those ones that you want to change into. Don't be by yourself, and don't be with those ones that they are encouraging you to be the same. That time it is pretty easy. Inshallah, may we grow. We must. The most ignorant man is the man who does not see himself. The most ignorant one is the man that is not understanding his own reflection. The more that we understand ourselves, the more you understand Allah. Sometimes it's difficult for us to understand. Sometimes it may take years. With some people, I used to speak to them, they're not understanding. Then I'm saying, don't worry, remember this conversation. In 5 years, we have same conversation, you will understand. 5 years later, they understand. Say, it's okay. Be patient. Be patient. Inshallah, may Allah accept our fast and our worship today and tonight. And in this holy night, may it not pass empty, inshallah. And we're asking for more protection and more blessings and more rahmat for those ones that are in need, Ya Rabbi, of your mercy, of those ones who are oppressed, of those ones who are yatims, of those ones who are poor, of those ones that our hands cannot reach to them, Ya Rabbi. We are very ashamed, and we are asking, Ya Rabbi, to make us to be able to reach out to them some way, somehow, but make those ones that are able to make a difference for their hearts to change, Ya Rabbi. Make those ones with the means and the power for them to wake up and to understand their responsibility and to help those ones who are oppressed, Ya Rabbi. We're asking for your protection, and we're asking you to take away disobedience from us, from inside our hearts, from inside our Jamaat. Take away these disobedient ones, Ya Rabbi, and make us to be in the straight path. Keep us on the straight path and not to listen to anything, to any of the dogs that is barking, but to continue the caravan of our Shaykh. ومن الله توفيق ومة الحبيب ومة الفاتحة. آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.